welcome everyone. My name is Paul. This is 251 Reeling, and today we're going to be reviewing the fastest reel in the world. I didn't clickbait you. It actually has a 10:5 to 1 gear ratio, which is currently the fastest speed on a bait casting reel right now. I was in the market for a super fast reel that I could put on a flipping stick, like a 7.6 or 7.8 heavy rod that I could just absolutely rip the lips off a bass with. And I can't wait to get into it with you guys. Let's get it.
Alright everyone, here it is, the world's fastest reel. The Kast King Speed Demon Elite 10:5 gear ratio, 42 inches of retrieve. I really don't know how much it weighs because it doesn't tell us anywhere on the box. We're gonna have to figure that out for ourselves. All the information that I got on this, I did have to go online and look it up. But I've never purchased a more sexier reel than this. And this price comes in at about 120 US dollars. You know, Kast King has always had the affordable innovation slogan. I can tell you that the frame is CNC machined aluminum. The side plates are carbon fiber. And the handle is aluminum as well. You got the star drag system on the handle. It does have a nice clicking sound. It's got EVA, I guess kind of a tough foam grip on the handle here. The handle is recessed around the star drag. It has the Kast King emblem here. Really cool, and it's got the little Kast King emblem here on the star drag system. It has the new, I guess they call this the Demon Eye, and it's got one little indicator here to kind of tell you where your centrifugal brake is. This is not a magnetic brake, this is a centrifugal brake, which has proven to be more durable than a magnetic brake. So the side plate has a switch here, open and close. You can open it up, and when you open the side plate, it does not come off. It is attached. That way, if you try to get this spool out and you're on your boat, you don't drop it in the water, you don't drop it and step on it. That's a really cool feature. The centrifugal brakes here, they have a kind of I guess you can engage or disengage each one of these brakes right here. It's like little switches, you can just hit them. Engage, disengage. That's a really cool feature on this. We're gonna take the spool. Actually, let's leave the spool in and let's get a weight on it. Before I do that, let me go ahead and just open the rest of the box or pull the contents out and just kind of see what they gave us. All right, here's I guess kind of the meat and potatoes of it. It's got the Maxi Dur 10+1 shielded stainless ball bearings. It's got the Kast King low friction tapered vortex. What that does is under a load, when you're hauling in a fish or cranking in some mats or something, under a load, this is gonna be a smoother reel. It's got the carbon fiber swing wing side cover, which we just looked at. It's really cool. 10:5 to 1 gear ratio, and the aluminum alloy frame is CNC machined here, which is really cool, and it makes it lightweight. And also, when you torque on this reel, you're not going to get any bending or warping on the frame. And I think that's all they give you there. Let's see, they give you a nice little Kast King decal. They give you some warranty information here. Tell you how to set and measure the drag on your Baitcaster. But I don't see, let's see, I don't see anywhere where they tell us the weight of it. Maybe I just missed it. So Anyway, I'm just gonna put it on a scale and make sure I know how much it weighs with and without the spool. So we're gonna go ahead and do that for you now. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and just zero our scale out here. Turn it on. All right, we're zeroed out here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Tilt it down just a little bit more. There we go. The scale's at 0. So let's just get a weight on this reel with the spool in it. It's looking like it's 6.7 ounces, which that's pretty good. That's pretty light. And I'm just gonna take the spool out of it now and get a weight without the spool. So when I took the spool out, you can see it's got the centrifugal brake system attached to the spool, and each one of these brakes engage and disengage, and it's got stainless steel bearings. Very good quality. Let's see how much this weighs. I don't know if I can get it to, there we go. 0.5 ounces. So that's pretty light. And we'll get a weight without the spool. 6.1 ounces. Okay, that's pretty light. So a few other things I want to go over real quick while I got this out in front of the camera for everyone. We are going to take this outside and test it and cast it in here in just a few minutes. But there's a few things that I didn't see on the box that I just wanted to kind of give some information about. The spool tensioner here does click. Very loud. That's a very nice feature. I like that. And it's not hard to turn. I have had reels that this was so hard to turn that I didn't even bother with it. The Demon Eye centrifugal brake selector is very loud, and I can see very nicely where the indicator is. And then on the bottom here, it's actually got these little selectors here. You can turn this dial, and this little arrow indicates what size and what type of line you have, so you don't forget. I know some of us do that. You don't really need that feature, but it's nice to have. Down here you take this screw out, and what this is a drain port and an access hole to grease your reel, which is very nice to have. Like I said, 10:5 gear ratio, and you couldn't get any more closer to a race car feel than this thing. I mean, it's just really nice, and you know, for $120, man, this is something to see, something to buy. I'm glad I bought it. I'm kind of excited about it. I can tell you that this is a super low profile reel, super compact. Just put my hand around, just kind of show you guys. This is 2.8 inches long by 1.5 inches tall, and some of that is going to be sitting on the rod, so it's going to be very low profile. I will note that this reel has 18 pounds of drag, and it's got 4 carbon disc drag washers, so they didn't skip out on anything manufacturing this reel. It's really nice. It also has a stronger manganese brass gears in it, which a lot of your reels have brass gears. Manganese is a stronger brass. I think you'll get more life out of your reel. It's got a double bearing supported pinion gear, meaning it's smoother under a load. And of course, it's got the Vortex line guide in the front there. It's not your typical round guide. It's kind of like a cone. And as far as the button here to release your spool, It is super low to the seat. I mean, look, that is very smooth and very simple to select, and it's right there by the rod. This is gonna be something that you can just flip all day long. But that's enough about the reel. Let's go ahead and spool it up with some line. They say that you don't need your thumb to cast this, so we're gonna take it outside and put it to the test. All right, guys, so I got our Kast King Speed Demon spooled up with some 12-pound P-line because that's just what I had back there. I'll probably will be using braid on this to flip with, and I'm casting a 1/2-ounce pocket bug with a Okeechobee crawl on the back. So that should be plenty enough weight to test and see if it overruns, makes a big bird nest. So let's go out here and give her a throw. All right, guys, so hopefully the trees are blocking most of the sun from shining directly into the lens, but I'm just gonna push the button here, and all right, it's pretty loose. Spool's pretty loose, so I'm just gonna give the old side cast and see how it does on that. All right, really smooth. I only put my thumb on the spool one time, that was to stop it. So that's really smooth. It feels really good winding it back in. I don't hear any motion or ruckus going on in the bearings. It feels pretty smooth. I'm gonna back the spool off some more, and just to the point where it's got nothing on it. All right, so let's give it a cast. Nothing on the spool, just wide open. All right, it did overrun a little bit there because I just completely loosened it up. I mean, when it stopped, it was still spinning. So I think if we put a little tension on there and cast it, it'll be fine. You know, I am throwing a pretty big jig. Okay, let me just pull this out of here and I'll dial it up right. All right, so that last cast, I had nothing on the spool tensioner and I had nothing on the centrifugal brake. This time I'm gonna tighten my spool tensioner just a little bit, and I'm gonna set my brake to, I don't know, let's go to, it goes up to 9, let's go to 6. The guide feels really nice, that Vortex guide up there, moving back and forth. All right, the last time I casted this, I did get a big overrun because it was completely free and I got this heavy jig on there and I just threw it a mile. So this time I'm gonna throw it a mile with a little tension on the spool and with the centrifugal brake set. So almost said magnetic brake, but it's not magnetic, it's centrifugal. So here we go. See if we can get out there. All right, guys, look at there. No backlashing, no bird nesting whatsoever. And that, I mean, that sucker is out there. All right, so now I'm gonna do the old overhand cast, which all you guys know the overhand cast is probably the worst cast for bird nesting a reel. We're gonna give it a try. So I got the brake on like 6 and I got a little, not a whole lot because it's still falling. I got a little tension on the spool. So we're gonna give it the old overhand cast and see what happens. Hand off the spool. Oh, nice. It started to kind of overrun a little bit, but it caught itself and I mean, it looks pretty good. And it went out there a pretty good ways. Say about 45, 50 yards. Now, I could have slung it harder, but let's go ahead and tighten the spool just a little bit more. And I'm going to turn the brake up just a little bit more, and I'm gonna sling the crap out of this thing. Oh, nice. No overrun at all. So if you adjust this thing right, I mean, if you have it completely free with a heavy jig, you will bird nest this, but put a little tension on it, set your brake, and this thing is very smooth. I'm snagged up on something out here. But let's go ahead and set our drag here since we're snagged up, and let's try to pull this thing. Oh, there we go. We're loose. The drag is 18 pounds, and it feels really smooth. I don't hear any crunching going on when I yank that back. But yeah, man, that's feels like a good quality reel, man, for $120. And there's one more thing we need to test on this before we put it away, and that is the line retrieve. They claim that you get 42 inches of retrieve per turn of the handle, and we're gonna test that right now. All right, guys, so there's our pocket bug there, and we have to get this pocket bug to go 42 inches in order to approve the Kast Speed Demon Elite 10:5-to-1 gear ratio. They claim it goes 42 inches per turn, and we're gonna check it out right now. I got my tape, I got some chalk, and we're gonna mark it. All right, everyone, this is our co-host Ginger. She's here to make sure we do the test right, and I think we should shake her hand for helping us out. Go ahead and sit, 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 shake. Good girl. All right, good morning, Ginger. Here we go. Now back to the real test. 42 inches per turn. Let's see if we can get it. All right, so I'm gonna start right here. The bottom part of my reel handle is at my spool tensioner, and I'm gonna give it one complete turn and see if we can get 42 inches. All right, here we go. All right, that should be it. Ooh, looks like we're a little short there. Now, I don't know if it's because of the way I have my line spooled or the way I started it. I don't know, but I went around one whole time with it, and we're about 6 inches short of making 42 inches. All right, so in order to get 42 inches, I'm going like one whole turn and then probably 1/8 of a turn. So one whole turn and like just a little 1/8 of a movement will get us 42 inches. Now, I'm not saying if you need a little play in there to start the revolution, to start the motion, I don't know, but it takes one whole turn of the handle and 1/8 of a turn together to get 42 inches, but it's pretty close. It is pretty fast. As you can see, if I let it down and flip it up, I mean, this thing's moving. So it is fast, but 42 inches fast per turn, not quite. Very close. You're getting like probably 38. All right, the last test we're gonna do is we're gonna loosen up the spool a little bit and flip this baby. So let's just, oh yeah, this thing is super fast. Oh, let go of it, dog, you're gonna get hooked. So, wow, it is super fast. When you're up here flipping with it, I mean, this is real comfortable to flip too, because the thumb The thumb release for your spool is very close to the rod. I mean, can't really flip with the dog down there. I'm afraid she's gonna get hooked, but man, this thing is smooth. You have to excuse the yard. Hurricane Sally was not too nice to us down here. I've been cleaning up my yard for about a week. That's why I haven't been making any content. The days I had off, I'd been out here picking up sticks, and there we go. But we have tested the Kast King Speed Demon Elite. It is very close to 42 inches per turn, and it is super speedy. So I'll give it that. It is a nice reel for $120. I think it's probably the best reel right now for flipping as far as speed goes. I haven't seen anything close to that speed. I have an 811 that's close. I think you do have other brands that have come out with a 1011, but a 1051 is the fastest on the market right now. And there you go, guys. 42 inches of retrieve. No, it didn't quite make it. It was close, but it did weigh 6.6 ounces. It is super low profile. It's got 18 pounds of drag, and it does have a nice centrifugal brake system, which is very cool. Guys, if you like this review, please give it a thumbs up. My name is Paul. This is 251 Reeling. Please subscribe, and I'll keep these videos coming. Y'all have a great day.